All right, we are ready to go. Without any further ado, let's bring him in. Head basketball coach of the GlenOak Golden Eagles and soon to be patrolling the sidelines for the University of Mount Union women's inaugural flag football team. The man in charge, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome back to Mount Union, Coach Rick Hairston, joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show. Coach, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, Sammy. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Good to have you on. I'm telling you, you're hard to keep up with. This is good stuff right now, and I can't wait to talk to you about Mount and the flag football and how that came to be. And I know a lot of folks over here. I can promise you this: they are more than excited that you're going to be taking over the program, and I can't wait to talk to you about that. But hey, we still got a little bit of hoops to go, and a tough one last night, but you gutted it out. 55-53 win over Louisville to pick up a W, and of course the drawings are coming up this weekend. But how the Golden Eagles been doing on the hardwood here the last couple of weeks since we last talked?
You know what, we've had some very interesting scenarios the last couple of weeks. I mean, we're playing, I think, well enough to beat anybody that we play. But the schedule that we put together this year was really tough stuff. And, you know, as a high school coach, you really want to challenge your team throughout the course of the season. So I really believe that once we get to tournament play, we could be a very good team. But, you know, you look at the Division I tournament, it's really loaded with you know, I'm just looking at a list of the teams that are playing in our tournament. I'm going to run through this list for you real quick. Brunswick is number one right now. They're 18-3. St. Edwards is 18-2. The McKinley Bulldogs are looking like a championship team. They're 18-4. St. Ignatius 13-7. Perrysburg 16-5. Mentor 14-6. Elyria, which is a very good team, they're 14-6. Berea Mint Park 14-7. The Jackson Polar Bears 13-7, Medina, Cleveland Heights, Strongsville, Whitmer, Findlay, Lorraine, Marshall, Max Hayes, and us. And, you know, it's just one of those tournaments. You look at the board and you just figure, dang, where can you go where you can it's guaranteed a win?
Right.
There's no guaranteed wins on this board.
That's
None.
brutal. I mean, that is literally a gauntlet and a half. And with so many teams with 16, 17, 18, 19 wins, you really can't hide there. I mean, that's I'm looking at your schedule now. I just pulled up your regular season schedule, and you played the likes of Hawken, Mentor, McKinley, Hoover, Ursuline, you know, obviously Jackson in the Federal League, a Central Catholic team that took you to overtime, but you got the win there by 3. Talmadge Alliance is really, really good this year. Walsh Jesuit a little bit down, but still. Louisville a little bit down, but still. And you got Massillon coming up as well. So you guys have played some people, and I mean, yeah, the tournaments are crazy now, Rick, with the way they've got everything split up and with the 7 divisions, and Sunday could be really crazy. But do you have any idea? Like, I try to understand this rankings system. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it, but sometimes I fall a little bit short there. But do you have any idea where you guys might be and what you might be looking at as far as Sunday's concerned?
Well, right now in the rankings, we are 14th.
14, okay.
And, you know, Max Preps has a particular formula that they use to give you points. So you get points for when you win a game, and then they go to that second level, and then they give you points for the record of the team that you played.
Okay.
So, you know, I've seen teams get a win and get no points because the team that they just beat didn't have any wins.
Okay.
So they have a particular formula that they use, and I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, I like the strength of schedule component of it. I think that makes it fair for the most part.
Yeah, you know, but when you look at Stark County basketball, we have some teams that are really, really playing great right now. Like the Alliance Aviators, I went over and saw them play West Branch on Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
They look like they could be a state championship team.
I agree. I agree.
in Division III.
Yep.
And then, you look at Massillon. We play them on Friday. They're 18-1. I see no weaknesses in that team at all, so they can make a solid run to the state tournament. We just played this North Canton Hoover. They're solid as they come, with Hunter Hirschberger averaging 18 points. Over at Alliance, J.R. Jackson is 18 points a game. Even the Jackson Polar Bears with Caden Lloyd, he's averaging 18. All of these teams are just playing outstanding basketball. And, what we hope for is someone in the county goes ahead and runs to the state tournament and gets a title, very much like the Perry Panthers did last year.
Yeah,
and,
that was fun.
If you're playing in Stark County, especially if you're playing in the Federal League, you can throw the record right on out of the window, because once you get to the tournament, you will have played some of the toughest competition across the state of Ohio.
There's no doubt.
That's what I think. That's what I think my GlenOak Eagles have done. We've played everybody. I mean, whoever put our schedule together should be fired. Because, when I looked at the schedule, I'm like, sheesh, we didn't play some of the best teams across the state.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Coach Bluey last night, and they ran into Garfield Heights, and they played them well last night for 3 quarters, and Marcus kind of got it together, Marcus Johnson, the last couple of minutes, and they ran away and won by 10. But Hoover, they got Hoban coming up Saturday. That certainly will get them ready. McKinley hasn't ducked anybody. Jackson has played a great schedule. You guys have played a great schedule. But it certainly does get you ready for the tournament. And yeah, you're right. Last year, Perry goes all the way. Louisville goes all the way. They actually bring the hardware home. And Coach, I truly believe, I've been saying this, and my partner Lee Foster, we've been saying this for about a month and a half now. McKinley D1, Massillon D2, Alliance D3, legit chances to win a state title.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It is no doubt about it. Those teams are all very well coached. They're talented, and they've really been challenged throughout the course of the year. And that's kind of really what you want to do throughout the course of this part of the season. I always talk in terms of, you have that preseason where you're getting ready. So that's the first part of the season. And then you run through your regular season schedule, which is the second part of your season. And then you can throw all of that stuff out of the window and hope that you're really ready to go when it comes to phase 3 and you're getting into tournament basketball. And like I said, I think Massillon, Alliance, McKinley, Jackson, those teams are as well coached and as talented as anyone around.
No doubt. Excuse me. Coach Rick Hairston joining us here on the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN. A couple quick ones about your Eagles. Anybody been getting hot for you lately? I know Issa's had a nice year for you. I've enjoyed watching Jackson Kendrick play the games that we've done. Marcus Lambros, Avante's had some spark. Who's been playing well for you here lately, Coach?
You know what? Jackson has see, a lot of people don't know this. He was sick early on. Like, he missed the first month of workouts, and he's really starting to look like himself. He's playing well, and again, Issa's averaging 18 3 a game, and Jameel Conley is playing pretty well. We have lots of kids that we can put in the game, and we think they'll produce for us. We're at the point of the season where we'll play 5 guys for 4 minutes, and then we'll bring another 5 guys in. So we think that lineup is pretty deep. And again, I think we're going to be an emerging team once the tournament gets going.
I'm looking forward to getting things going. We wish you all the best of luck coming up in your season finale. Of course, the drawing's coming up on Sunday. All right, Coach, let's get to it. I think this is fun. I've been waiting to talk to you about this. And Mount Union comes calling, and they want you to be the man in charge of the brand new women's flag football program here at the University of Mount Union. And, of course, you went to Mount, outstanding athlete. I know you've kept up with what's going on with the Raider Nation over the years, over the decades. You've stayed close to it. How did this come to be? When did the first discussions start about this, and kind of take us through if you could?
Well, it was about a month ago when Mike Parnell and I started having these conversations about them starting a flag football program, and a lot of people don't realize that women's flag football is the top emerging sport across the United States right now. And I wasn't really aware of that, but Mike told me, he's like, look, this right here is something that's going to be really big if we get it going now. And I thought about it, and I thought about it. It's like, okay, this is coaching football, and this might be more fun than coaching regular football because you know what you're going to do is just put good athletes out there that can run and catch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those big linemen in the way. You don't have any of that.
Yep.
It's just schematically, it's football without. I mean, you do have a running game in there, but for the most part, it's pass, run, and catch, and it's really taken off. I went to a clinic up at Baldwin Wallace on Sunday.
Okay.
And, it was really my first experience seeing something like this. There were 300 kids there. And I
Wow.
mean, some great, great athletes, girls who have been playing flag football since they were little kids. And the United States has realized that this is a sport that is really, really emerging. It's going to be an Olympic sport in 28. And a lot of the colleges in Ohio are starting to say, okay, well, if it's going like this, then we should go ahead and start it. So Mount Union is starting a program. Baldwin Wallace has a program. Hairston has a program. Heidelberg. There are a lot of Ohio colleges that are starting to catch on. And then, if you look down south, they've been playing college women's flag football.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just thought, for me to be able to go back to my alma mater and just give a little bit back would be something really special, because I don't think that I get to be who I am if I didn't get to spend that time at Mount Union that I spent there.
No doubt.
So I get to give a little bit back, and I've always remained close to the university, close to the track program, close to Mike Feuline with the basketball program, close to the football program. So it really is going to be an easy transition for me because I know all of those guys. I know the president. I know the athletic director. Those guys were in school when I went to school there. So, when we started having those discussions about me taking over the job, I didn't think twice about it. I was like, sure, I'll do it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Women's flag football now is going to become the university's 26th varsity sport, and the school has said what the goal is to have competition start in spring of 2027. Does that sound about right?
Yes, 27 will be our first schedule that we'll play.
Okay. So between now and then, what are some of the things that Coach Rick Hairston has to get immersed in with the flag football program at Mountain? I mean, do you put a staff together? How do you go about recruiting? What are the rules? What's up next?
Well, I think I sent 50, 75 emails out today to prospective athletes that, we're trying to recruit to come over to Mountain. And like I said, I went to that clinic in Cleveland on Sunday, and, the reception was really well. Most kids or coaches that I talked to gave me email addresses. So I think the start is to go on and start getting some recruits to come on the campus, because you have to build a roster. So we'll start with that, trying to recruit some kids that are not on campus. But I had 25 or 30 girls that are already students at Mount, showing interest that
Okay.
they might want to join the program. And so the big thing right now is recruiting and trying to build a roster.
What is the size of a roster? Is there a certain number you have to hit, or how many? What's a good number for that?
Well, that's something that the athletic director and I have been talking about. I think for a college roster, you probably need 30 kids.
Okay.
And I could probably get Camp McKinley has flag football. I could probably get two of their best kids. Marlington has it. get two of their kids. GlenOak has it. I think you can really build a roster with just kids from Stark, Summit. I know that Maslin has outstanding flag football. So I've been in touch with all of these coaches, and I'll start to go to practices, and I'll start to go and see some of the games play because, one thing for certain, if you're doing anything at Mount Union, you know what that standard is, right?
Mm-hmm. Champion the standard, baby.
It's championship stuff. So
that's right.
We have to make sure that we go on and recruit some champions. And like I said, it's an awesome opportunity for me, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be fun. It sounds like you believe it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be a challenge. But the fact that you're coming back to Mount, I think, kind of brings all this stuff full circle. And I think you're going to do a great job. I know that, again, people are excited, to have you back, to have another sport now at the university, the 26th varsity sport. And I know this, you know this well, Coach, Stark County, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, it's pretty fertile land. You're going to be able to get some great players to come play for you.
Oh, no doubt about it. Already, when I talked to the young lady, the quarterback from Canton McKinley, I told her, so hey, look, after I saw what she was doing up there on Sunday, I was like, I think you're going to be my quarterback.
Sign here.
Yeah.
Tell Mr. P to get that package together. Sign here. Let's go.
Yes,
well, I'll tell you what, I appreciate you coming on today. I can't wait to watch this thing get started. And we'll be talking to you between now and then. But hey, good luck with the rest of the basketball season, and then best of luck getting this flag football thing rolling. I know you're going to do an awesome job, and I appreciate you coming on today.
Well, thank you very much for your support. It's been awesome over the years. I thank you very much.
You got it. That's never going to go away. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Sammy. Bye.
There he is, Rick Hairston, GlenOak Golden Eagles head basketball coach. And, of course, he's going to be taking care of business with the University of Mount Union women's flag football team. Coach, if you need a PA announcer, I know a guy.